Israel rolled out the red carpet for those Modi, Modi, Modi chants that were echoing a standing ovation at the Knesset and a warm embrace for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The spotlight is now on the big bilateral that starts at about 2:40 p.m. this afternoon. Prime Minister Modi and Netanyahu will sit down for high-stakes, closed-door talks that could shape the next phase of India-Israel ties. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Modi shared a car ride with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the two leaders headed to a technology exhibition following Modi's address at the Knesset. Highlighting the personal touch that has come to define his diplomatic outreach, Israeli lawmakers were seen lining up to take selfies with Prime Minister Modi inside Israel's parliament, Knesset, marking a moment of warmth and camaraderie during his official visit. The gesture reflected the growing personal rapport and strengthening diplomatic ties between India and Israel. Prime Minister Modi has a packed day on the second day of his visit, a visit to Yad Vashem to pay tribute to Holocaust victims, a meeting with President Isaac Herzog, high-stakes bilateral talks with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and key India-Israel agreements set to be signed. Top of the agenda, mega defense cooperation, advanced air defense systems, talks around Iron Dome-type capabilities, drones and hypersonic tech are in focus. There's also a strong Make in India push through joint production aimed at boosting India's multi-layered air shield. Regional security is firmly on the table from Gaza to the wider West Asian churn, especially amid US-Iran tensions.
In India, there is a great admiration for Israel's resolve, courage, and achievements. Long before we related to each other as modern states, we were linked by ties that go back more than 2,000 years. The book of Esther refers to India as Hodu. The Talmud records trade with India in ancient times. Jewish merchants traveled across sea routes that connected the Mediterranean with the Indian Ocean. They came seeking opportunity and dignity. And in India, they became one of us. Jewish communities have lived in India without fear of persecution or discrimination. They have preserved their faith.
See those pictures of Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the Holocaust Memorial in Israel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is there on a two-day visit, and this even as high-level delegation talks that are set to take place this afternoon, followed by exchange of MOUs between the two countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting Yad Vashem, Israel's official memorial to the victims of the Holocaust. After the visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be meeting with Israeli President Isaac Herzog to discuss bilateral ties. Those are the pictures of the two leaders, Narendra Modi and Benjamin Netanyahu, there at the Yad Vashem, Israel's official memorial to the victims of the Holocaust, marking an important turn between India and Israeli ties. Prime Minister Modi at Yad Vashem along with Benjamin Netanyahu. Pranay joining us on the phone line with further details of why this is a historic moment. Pranay, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi had visited the Yad Vashem in 2017 and now he's there with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Minister Narendra Modi, who visited the Yad Vashem Museum, Holocaust Museum, during his first visit of Israel in 2017, and now during this visit as well, he made sure that he visits the Holocaust Museum, the remembrance, the place of remembrance for those who have lost their lives during the horrible Holocaust. Around 11 million people lost their lives; they died in that Nazi oppression, and that's why Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while being in Israel, visited and he paid his homage to all those who have lost their lives. And what exactly is this Yad Vashem? This is a global place. This is an iconic place. This is a museum. And this has Hall of Name, a huge dome, a huge hall, which has all the photographs of people, those who have lost their life. In fact, and their memorabilia are also there. Even there are galleries for young children, those who lost their lives during the Holocaust. So clearly, during this visit, after addressing Knesset, after expressing in the most candid ways that how India express solidarity with the state of Israel in difficult times, and also Prime Minister Modi mentioned the fact that if there is one country, there is one place where Jews were never persecuted, that is India. And Prime Minister Modi, during his visit to Israel, this is his second visit, he is visiting the Holocaust Museum, and there he is paying his respect, his homage to those who have lost their lives, and he would also be visiting that hall of names, where the photographs of people, those who died during Holocaust, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is also present with him. And after that, Prime Minister Modi will be holding a conversation. He will be meeting Isaac Herzog, President of Israel, and after that, there will be a delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Modi and Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister. And we are expecting a large number of MOUs. Our sources are telling us that over 15 MOUs will be announced after the delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Netanyahu. And we are also expecting large number of announcements which will pave and which will strengthen the India-Israel strategic partnership.
This is extremely significant, marks a historic moment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi being first Indian Prime Minister to be there once again at Yad Vashem, paying tribute to the 6 million Jews who were killed in the Holocaust. In fact, he also was at the Eternal Flame. And like you're saying, Pranay, the most important bilateral that is set to happen this afternoon, where almost 17 MOUs to be exchanged, and India and Israel looking to strengthen bilateral ties also when it comes to trade and defense.
Absolutely, Trey. Defense and security remains an important pillar of cooperation between India and Israel. But besides that, not only the bilateral partnership between India and Israel, but also the regional partnership, how India and Israel can partner for the greater welfare and the greater good for the region, and how the West Asian region can benefit from this partnership, how India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, IMAC corridor can be built in shortest possible time, how India can invest in Israel, and how India and Israel can be good partners in terms of the research, innovation, and taking forward the technological advancement for the greater good. So those things will be on the table and are on the agenda of the summit level meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Netanyahu. And as in terms of the defense and security cooperation, we know that the advanced defense equipment or the advanced cutting-edge technology, India is looking at Israel's technological advancement and innovation. On the other side, India brings scale and skill on table for Israel to take benefit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had already extended invitation to Israeli companies to come and form JVs, joint ventures with Indian companies, partner with Indian companies. And as far as the defense aid sector is concerned, be it cybersecurity, be it artificial intelligence, quantum computing, to secure our defense communication, or be it the directed energy weapons, or the advanced missile technology, and some of the other critical energy areas. those remains important area of cooperation between India and Israel. But besides defense, security, and cyber security related areas, there are another aspect of India-Israel partnership which pertains to agriculture. We know that Israel's drip irrigation technology brought a lot of good effort to increase the harvest in India. India is also looking at some to low water consumption techniques which can actually increase the productivity in fields, and how the water can be cleaned because water contamination and water pollution is also one of the challenges Indian society, Indian cities are facing. So how to tackle, how to meet that challenge, and how Israel can partner with India on those technological things can help. So these are the areas of cooperation which will be forwarded during the summit level meeting.
Oh yes, absolutely, Pranay. I request you to stay on that very important moment where Prime Minister Narendra Modi just laid the wreath at the eternal flame. We'll also once again listen into what Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said yesterday of stronger ties between India and Israel.
In India, there is a great admiration for Israel's resolve, courage, and achievements. Long before we related to each other as modern states, we were linked by ties that go back more than 2,000 years. The book of Esther refers to India as Hodu. The Talmud records trade with India in ancient times. Jewish merchants traveled across sea routes that connected the Mediterranean with the Indian Ocean. They came seeking opportunity and dignity. And in India, they became one of us. Jewish communities have lived in India without fear of persecution or discrimination. They have preserved their faith and participated fully in society. That record is a source of pride for us. Honorable members, the Bene Israel of Maharashtra, the Kochini Jews of Kerala, the Baghdadi Jews of Kolkata and Mumbai, and the Bene Menashe of the Northeast have enriched India. In my home state, Gujarat, there is a school set up by a Bene Israeli family, Mr. and Mrs. Best. It is an excellent school, and of course, it is called the Best School.
And there, as the very important bilateral that is set to happen this afternoon, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the Yad Vashem. He also did that in July 2017, once again marking a historic moment, Prime Minister being the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel and of course, once again at the Yad Vashem paying tribute to the 6 million Jews who were killed on the Holocaust. He visited the Hall of Names and the Children's Memorial. He just laid a wreath at the Eternal Flame. And this is extremely significant, once again symbolizing deepening India-Israel strategic ties, reflecting India's acknowledgement of the Holocaust historical trauma, reinforcing cooperation in defense, agriculture, water technology and innovation. As we stay with those pictures, my colleague Shivani Sharma joining us live. Shivani, Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Holocaust Remembrance Centre interacting with Benjamin Netanyahu just laid the wreath at the Eternal Flame, and of course the very important bilateral that is lined up this afternoon. All right, we may have to reconnect that line with my colleague Shivani Sharma, but there you see those are the pictures coming in from Jerusalem, Yad Vashem to be precise, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is at the Israel's official memorial to the victims of the Holocaust. Prime Minister Narendra Modi after this will be meeting with Israeli President Isaac Herzog to discuss bilateral ties. In fact, during his address at the Knesset, he had condemned the October 7 Hamas attack as a barbaric terrorist attack, telling Israel, we feel your pain, we feel your grief. India standing firmly with Israel in this moment in full conviction. Let me go back to my colleague Shivani Sharma joining us on the broadcast. Shivani, staying with those pictures, Prime Minister Narendra Modi who laid a wreath at the eternal flame, and of course important bilateral lined up ahead.
Swesha, this happens to be an important day of the two-day visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He started the day with his visit to the eternal flame, and India stands in solidarity with Israel, not in remembrance of the Holocaust Day, but also what happened on 7th of October 2023. That's what we heard from Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Parliament yesterday, where he said that killing of the innocent civilians cannot be justified in any manner. And from here, he will be meeting the President today. This will be another important engagement for the day. And after meeting the President of Israel, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be holding the delegation-level talks with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And this will be regarding not only the defense sphere, the security, the intelligence sharing, but also taking the economic bilateral ties ahead. Also, how India can move ahead with its Atmanirbharta mantra by technology transfer and to make India's own Sudarshan Chakra with the inspiration of Israel's laser technologies.
And important developments that are lined up ahead with almost 17 MOUs to be signed between both sides. I want to thank you, Shivani, for getting us the latest with that.